Okay, let's try this again. Hybrid picking lesson part 3. I got done doing sled ride, and I didn't get a chance to play the ending part all the way through, so just so you can get the sound of it. And we will now move on to the very much Jordan recognized hybrid picking, which is very similar to like a bass, slap, and pop, where you have a picked note, well, a plucked note with any finger, and you hammer on to another note. In this case, and in most cases with Buckethead's hybrid picking, it's an octave. The highest note and the lowest note are octaves. You pick, hammer on, pick. So you have one note up top and then a double on the bottom. And you get that slap, pop, and you bounce your thumb for a slap and pop, and you get a double note. But in this case, you hammer on once and pick. And for Jordan, let's see, it's either the 14th or the 15th fret, depending on what tuning you're in. Right now I'm in standard tuning on the 14th fret, and it goes, oh boy, I haven't played this in a while, so let me try this. So it goes up 17th fret. Yep, so you're on 14th on these three notes, on the high three strings, and you're hammering on to the 16th fret, 4th string, every time. And you just walk down on every string. And you go back to the 2nd on your next time down through, and then you break and go up to the 17th fret and hammer on to the 19th. And only do the top two notes. And again, walk down, go back up, and then come down part way. Actually, that's a lie. You walk down, and you stop on the 2nd string on your way back up. Go to the 12th fret, hammer on to the 14th. Only do the high two. So slowly. And up to speed. And right there it changes. In this case, let's see, what would this be considered? Yeah, because it's the bottom end of the chord, so I guess it's arpeggio-like in that manner. But in your center, you have three notes right in a line. When you move down to the 12th fret, you have to catch the 13th fret on the 3rd string in order to catch that one. And same thing on 10th fret. So the three shapes are barred, staggered, staggered. And the top one, you never end up hitting that note, but for the sake of learning the scale, it would be staggered. So during the end, so you walk all the way down, catching the 13th right there. Walk back up to the second, and then you move down to the 10th, and stop on the second again. I can't start at the middle for whatever reason. That's your Jordan hybrid picking. Another incredibly similar one is, I believe, the Redeem team. And this one's going to make you really work for it, because it's a stretch across 4 frets instead of up here where it's only 3. You do a staggered shape with the 10th, the 9th, and the 9th. And you're hammering onto the 12th fret E string. Doing that shape, so down, up, and then you stop partway going back down. Then you move down to 7th, and your staggered note is the 9th fret, and you're hammering onto the 10th. Move down 2 more frets, so it's the 5th, 5th, 7th, 8th. And then you move down 1 fret, and it's the 4th, 4th, 6th, and 7th, maybe? No, it is the 6th. So the bottom one is 4th, 4th, 6, 7. You do that twice, and then you do it an octave higher, and you're starting on 12th. So it's barred 12, hammering on 14, staggered 13, or 11, 10, 10, hammering onto the 12th. And it's staggered 9, 8, 8, hammering onto the 10th, and staggered 8, 7, 7, hammering onto the 9th. That would be the next step in difficulty, the Redeem Team 1, because you're really getting a stretch here. And if I had the strength in my pinky, it would be easier to do that with your pinky. But most of the higher stuff where you're only spanning 3 frets, use your standard 1 finger per fret spacing. So don't learn it with your ring finger, it's a bad habit. Learn it with your pinky. I already showed the oh boy, what song is it? Brewer in the Air, there we go. Which is the I showed that in the original hybrid picking video. So I guess next move up, it's a song off of Decoding the Tomb of Banshee Bot. I can't remember what it is. but very much jumping around and not a typical hold your hand in this shape and just kind of tap and pick. You have a spacing of 7th fret on the 5th and 4th fret on the 3rd. You move to 5th fret on the 4th and still hammering onto the 7th. You hammer onto the 7th throughout this whole thing, and you do 4th, 4th, 5th, 5th, 7th, 5th. And the hardest part of that is being able to cramp your hand onto the 7th fret on both strings. You really have to sneak it in there. And that's the same exact frets, just you move everything down a lower string. And does it go to that? It goes into something where it's walking down, I can't remember. If anyone really wants to know the rest of that, just comment on the video and I'll listen to the song again and figure it out. So I have 2 minutes left in this video. And I guess things to practice, exercise, because those are really all cover parts. Just work on being able to use the high 2 notes hammering on. And just be able to walk up the neck. Another one that I've actually been developing for the TDRS Music Forum contest is you walk down 2, move down 1 fret, and hit the 3rd string 1, and walk up 2, move down 1, walk down 2. So, if that makes any sense, it is. And it really gives it a kind of eerie type tone, because this is all chromatic stuff, but the notes that are used in order, it gives it a really so just be able to move around a bunch. I haven't bothered to screw around too much with doing string skipping with it, but I've seen some people do it, where you would go from that into, which I think is just insanely brutal on your hands as far as trying to get there in time. But if you can do it, good thing to have in your repertoire. Let's see. Very, very, an absolute must. You must have that type of picking in there. Oh, well, I could do LeBron. Oh, no, I'm gonna run out of time. But I will play this, and if anyone wants it, comment, and I will do it. And the because that utilizes having to skip up a string.